expect, it's also not, it's not without precedent.
A stunning image of the Spokane River in the valley running dry. Tonight, we turn to the experts for insight and perspective.
We saw rather comfortable temperatures today thanks to cloudy skies keeping us cooler than expected. Now as we head into the rest of the week, we've got some chances of showers moving into your forecast.
An ongoing strike pumping the brakes on road construction projects across the region. Tonight, we are getting a clearer picture of the strike's impact on North Idaho. Good evening and thank you for joining us for the KREM 2 Night Report. I'm Mark Hanrahan. New tonight, a teen was killed after a tractor rollover in Lewiston today. According to the Nez Perce County Sheriff's Office, it happened near Tammany Creek Road. The Lewiston Fire Department rushed the teen to St. Joseph's Regional Medical Center, where he later succumbed to his injuries. Not much else is known at this hour, but deputies say the incident is still under investigation. New tonight, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is taking formal action against Washington, California, and New Mexico. He says the states failed to enforce federal English language proficiency requirements for commercial truck drivers. The move follows a deadly crash in Florida earlier this month where a semi-driver who failed an English test made an illegal U-turn, killing 3 people.
That would be Washington, California, and New Mexico. Those are the three states that have not complied with this rule.
Washington, California, and New Mexico now have 30 days to comply or risk losing federal funding. As for the driver, he appeared in court over the weekend. He is now facing 3 counts of vehicular homicide. All right, let's talk weather. Today's cloud cover kept temperatures from reaching highs like we saw yesterday, but we still topped out at around 90 degrees. Now we're tracking some cooler temperatures ahead. Cody Proctor has more on that. Cody?
Yeah, Mark, and let's just say right now this evening, it's been pretty comfortable for the most part as we take a look over downtown Spokane and at the pavilion. Our temperatures that we've been seeing tonight, mostly down into the 80s around our area, and not expecting them to drop much more as we head into our early morning hours. Again, the clouds play into that. They kept us from getting too hot today, but they'll actually make us feel a bit or act a bit as a blanket. But a quick peek at some of our temperatures around the region, mostly into those 70s to 80s for us tonight. Take a look at our satellite and radar map. For the most part, we saw that cloud coverage move into our region, but you can see throughout parts of the west, some of that monsoonal moisture moved up and brought some chances for some showers. That could also be an issue for us as we head into the rest of this week. So watching that pretty closely. But here's what I'm talking about when it comes to the clouds into our overnight hours. Yes, the clouds kept us cool. Then it'll act a bit as a blanket as we head into our early morning hours. This is not much relief for us. We're only looking to drop down into the low 70s for our start to your Wednesday morning. Next 3 days, we're looking to see mostly those temperatures into the 80s for us. And why not? Let's take a look ahead to Saturday for the Battle of the Palouse. We could see temperatures at kickoff in about the mid 80s. More in your forecast coming up.
We'll talk to you then, Cody. Thank you very much. The Spokane River Keeper says portions of the river and the valley are running dry. Here is a look between Barker and Sullivan. We saw it for ourselves today. It was our top trending online story today. And KREM 2 Shannon Mowdy was out getting answers about what's happening.
I am just off Centennial Trail near Barker Road. This is where the Spokane River Keeper says it is seeing an urgent environmental situation it has never seen before. The waters of the Spokane River just gone.
The Spokane River is a popular summertime spot, but usually not for rock climbing. Avista and Washington's Department of Ecology say this unusual site is due to several factors, including our hot, dry summer.
And the warmer it is, the more evaporation you get, which takes away from some of the water that's coming in.
Early this month, Avista reduced flows at Post Falls Dam to the bare minimum 500 cubic feet per second to balance levels at Coeur d'Alene Lake and the river. These summertime reductions often happen, and it does impact river flows, says Patrick Cabbage with Washington Ecology.
So while it's not necessarily what we would expect, it's also not, it's not without precedent.
He says 2007 and 2015 also saw lower river flows. But there are factors that impact the river that are different from years past.
There's a lot more people moving into our area. There's houses out on the Rathdrum Prairie that never existed 10 years ago.
That's increased the draw on water from the river and aquifer. The River Keeper says this section feeds the aquifer, saying right now there's not enough to also keep the river running. Cabbage says this is a stark visual reminder to conserve water.
Irrigate for 18 minutes instead of 20, and you now have a 10% reduction in water use. Your yard won't really feel the difference. And it's not just yards, it's golf courses, parks, schools, it's all these different things, anywhere, any industrial uses.
Avista will increase post-falls discharge just after Labor Day, though you won't see an immediate difference downstream.
It takes a while for the water to literally fill up the banks of the river and all that porous rocks.
My concern is that if people see water come back, then there's no concern anymore. Everything's fixed. This is a long-term we need to have a long look and be looking into the future. Really, I can't stress enough what people do matters.
Shannon Mowdy,
how people use water matters.
KREM 2 News.
And for more Environment Northwest coverage, including an in-depth look at glacier melt here in Washington, head on over to KREM 2 Plus. Just download the app for free and watch on your TV. Well, tonight we are tracking the impact of the ongoing strike between an engineering union in eastern Washington and the Washington Department of Transportation. As KREM 2 Connor McAvoy tells us, the strike is having impacts on projects across the state line in Idaho, too.
2 weeks into the International Operating Engineering Union Local 302 strike, we're getting a clear picture of its impact. While the strikes are for union workers in eastern Washington, the Idaho Transportation Department outlines several key construction projects they say are now delayed or adjusted as a result. This includes traffic shifts on the State Highway 41 interchange, major work on the State Highway 53 Pleasant View interchange, and beams being installed at the I-90 Coeur d'Alene River Bridge. IDT also warns of delays in the projects to widen I-90 between Post Falls and Coeur d'Alene. The project to add 2 lanes both east and west officially began last week, but the department says the strikes prevented work from getting underway. Crews are also looking at traffic control options at the I-90 4th of July Pass, where a resurfacing project is still in the works. IDT is currently looking over options to change its barriers and routes while construction is still in progress. The State Highway 54 reconstruction from State Highway 41 to Greystone Road is paused. IDT says they provided temporary paving near construction areas at Timberlake High School and 10th Street in Spirit Lake. Detour information will be posted locally for those impacted, but IDT says that'll depend on how long the strike continues. We've reached out to both the Idaho Department of Transportation and the union. We haven't heard back from either party yet. In Post Falls, Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
All right, don't go to bed just yet. An Alabama man is challenging kids nationwide to mow 50 lawns for those in need. And that movement has made its way to our neck of the woods. We'll explain. But first, a Spokane woman rushed to the hospital along with a man accused of stabbing her. The details in just 90 seconds.